Alright, so there's a couple things I want to report on. First is that it's 65 degrees here, a bit chilly, 18 to the rest of you in the world. So I'm definitely going to be shivering a little. Finally, what happened last night was that I managed to pry loose the little bit of glue that was holding that, and going way back, I remember there's a metal bar here because this was a very fragile piece once you cut the actual door out. So I had secured the entire wall to that bar and then built everything around that. So the stress of having that glued down there was causing this not to fit in the floor. Now that I can actually position this in the floor, I'll be able to patch this up. I'll probably use some Avis, mix up a marble of that or so pretty much, and patch the rest of this here. And to help out with not having a tab here, what I've done is I cut this little bit of strip off like that, bent it into the shape approximately I wanted, held a lighter to it, bent it into shape, gave it a little bit of a trim so that it wouldn't be visible from the outside angles at all. And all I got to do now is paint this floor brown so that if it is visible from any given angle, it will look like the floor itself. So just got to do that. This back wall here has been primed, as in is all set. So this goes like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this wall down alone, not the corner itself. Then once it's tacked into place, I'll definitely secure it probably with some baking soda initially. Could also put some more Avis back there to help secure that in place. Then I'll actually glue the rest of this down. This doesn't have to be a perfect fit over on this end because there is no viewing angle where you will ever see that. All that matters is getting the floor even, and that is that. I also kept this wall as an option here just for a last look at the way this actually was for the set piece. So if I wanted to do it that way, that would also be a possibility. That would allow for, this option would allow for the corkboard on the left and a flat round fake window on dead center there, and a board over there as well, whereas this setup allows for a board on this wall and a window on the center, which may just fit up to the exterior one. But I'm not rushing on this because I want to get the floor in place and see what that looks like for lining up this piece to the external before I really glue this down and commit. And there's a whole bit of patching to do, so there'll probably be at least one video done on that. Another thing I've done with a bunch of the pieces is to paint the bottom tabs floor brown. So once that goes against the floor itself, it should fade away really nicely. Two others that it's done on. And yeah, I think that's it. I gotta find another tube for this. I don't seem to be able to find the one that I seem to have lost, if I had one ever at all. But I do need to get one in there before I can glue this down. And taking a look at this piece, all I did was to sand down this area here, reprimed it, left the two little white spots as is, as a reminder. Could always dress it up with an extra decal or something. This is a sole standing piece. So that is all set. That's set, this is set. Gotta paint this, and that is it for this moment. So I was going through the basic inventory of the kit, and I came across this little guy here, which is basically, it's a red flashing alert over by the computer wall in front of the red rotating sphere. And my plan for that is to replace this piece with a straight up LED. However, there are some differences to note. So the LED itself is a little too tall. There is a rim around it at one end and it's rounded at the top, so we can fix most everything there. The one thing we can't fix is that these two prongs are set as far apart as possible, so there's no way to mimic that diameter of a central tube except to angle it head on like this and kind of minimize it. You could paint the back leg black, because this has to go straight into the piece and you got to put the resistor way down at the bottom after installation. Another thing that's missing is there's a little bit of a rib piece there and another one at the bottom. I may replicate that, get a little brass rod, but if not, I'm not worried about it. So the process to go through for this LED is, 1, we got to get rid of that rim. 2, we got to scuff it up so that it is opaque and not water clear transparent. And 3, we got to get rid of the round end. First up, I'm trying to get rid of the bottom rim, which is also going to scuff up the sides really well, or at least start to. And take this round file here. I figure a flat file at this point could dig into any given side of the LED. So it's opaque all around, and the rim is trimmed down. Now we'll tape down the top. One thing you got to keep checking for is to make sure that you're filing down at a right angle to the sides, and check the original too. And so after all that, it's a pretty close match. Let's get the old LED tester out here. These are going to go on an intermittent flasher.